first question is to you, ma'am. It said that you've led your college's industry academy model, in which you've created programs to address skill gaps in the industry and support learners into a sustained employment.
Yes.
So, what would you say are the strategies you've used or points you keep in mind to help address the skill gaps in the industry and help with employment?
So one of the really important things is to engage with employers.
Right.
So that was one of the first strategies, to make sure we were working very closely with them.
Right.
So looking at the qualifications we had and to find out where they felt the skills gaps were. And quite often those skills gaps were more around the social element,
Right.
in terms of resilience, in terms of being work ready, as opposed to the theoretical parts.
Yeah.
So that was the first priority, the first important part.
Thank you. And the next question is to you, ma'am. As someone who has had over 20 years of experience in business development, what key points do you have for aspiring entrepreneurs who are trying to find a new market or marketing techniques so that they can stand out in the market and have a successful career growth?
Being able to know your market. So if you have an idea, going out and doing your research.
Right.
Research is absolutely key. So I think going out and checking, if it's something small, do a prototype. Start small. Not everything has to be full on, going big. So I think as an entrepreneur coming from, might not have a lot of money, but if you've got a good idea and you can just get that knowledge in your market, and it's about making connections.
Right.
So
right.
if there's networks there
Networking,
in those areas, get out and meet these people.
Of course.
And Carla mentioned that in the presentation. It's
Right,
very
right.
much about using your networks.
Of course.
And that's what we do in the college
Okay.
as well.
That's
I
great.
think
So would you say you help with networking for students?
yes, well, the college does. So we also have an entrepreneurship sort of hub. So
Right,
we
right.
actually help our students to start their own businesses.
Okay, nice.
We also receive some funding
Oh,
as
okay.
well from an institute. So
Okay.
the students actually compete.
Oh,
And they have to create their business case
Right.
and a prototype, and they will compete for that funding to help them start their business.
Good.
But they'll get marketing support. We have
Okay.
very good links with our local enterprise companies.
Okay.
So they have a business gateway, and they have free workshops and seminars.
That's great. That's great. And what are some of the new age courses you're planning for the coming generations in your college?
So a good question. I mean, obviously artificial intelligence
Of course.
is right up there. And in terms of cyber security, because I think security now from a cyber perspective is one of the biggest threats that organisations face.
Yes.
But it's about using technology in all areas.
Yeah.
So we sometimes think that technology is just for digital programs,
Right.
but you have to think about technology, for example, within the health sector. So it's making sure you're taking that knowledge and embedding it across
Right,
all
right.
of your programs.
Yes.
Could I just add
Yes.
one thing? So we actually have just recently started an esports
Okay.
program. So something that I would never have imagined in a college, but that's something. So we've now got a full lab set up specifically for
Right.
esports, and we compete in it as
Oh,
well as a
okay.
college. But that's very new. It's only just started this year.
That's great. So is it like an advanced version of, say, Wii Sports and...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. Exactly
Okay.
what it is. Yes.
That's great.
And you can actually come and do a program in it.
That's great. That's
And it
great.
allows you to compete and work with students from all around the world.
Amazing. So is there also like VR?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Amazing.
that's what that
Amazing. So there is a global phenomenon where there is a huge showcase of manpower in the hospitality industry, but people aren't coming forward a lot, or maybe they don't get the opportunity. So why do you think that is?
I think it's hard in hospitality because I think the hours
Of
are
course.
quite unsociable hours, and I
Yes.
think salary is
Yeah,
a critical
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And I think there has to be an element of looking at fair work practices
Of course,
within
of
the
course.
hospitality industry, and also sometimes that gender imbalance.
Yeah, that is a
within
question.
the- So these are all key areas that have to be addressed by hospitality professionals
Right.
to make it more appealing for individuals to want to work within the hospitality sector.
Right.
Most definitely.
Do you have to?
I think also in terms of COVID.
Yes.
So the pandemic, I think, had a very. I mean, we already had a shortage
Right.
prior to the
Right.
pandemic. I think people found a lot of people left hospitality
Yes,
at that
yes.
point because they obviously had no jobs.
Yeah.
And moved into other areas, and a bit along the lines. We actually had a member of staff
Oh.
that came and joined us in administration
Oh.
who was previously a professional chef,
Oh no.
but chose not to go back
Okay.
because she enjoyed working Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Stable hours.
Yes, and I think it was just knowing about the job security.
Right, right.
Because if the pandemic happened again, I think people were fearful
Yeah.
if we locked down again,
Yeah.
I'm out of a job again. So I think that's definitely had an impact.
100%. Circling back to the technological aspect, the use of technology is clearly on the rise, and I mean, it's being used in every sector, and especially in the hospitality sector. So the hospitality sector is known as the people's industry, right? So when technology is introduced, how would that affect employment in the future? It's already in the rise. But
It is, and again, it's a good question, because there is an element of, in hospitality, when you have that people interaction,
right.
that people are important.
Yes.
So until you have a robot that has empathy
Exactly.
and can experience and feel, then I don't think that will be a threat in
True.
that respect.
True. True.
However, that's where we are at the moment.
Yes.
In 10 years or 20 years' time,
Yeah.
who knows? But you're absolutely right. In terms of automating certain processes, it will mean that certain jobs are redundant.
Right.
The people element is still important.
Yes.
You just
Of course.
need different skills.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you need to be,
It's
to be
about
able to
making
fix the
sure, yeah.
robots.
Yes. Exactly.
Exactly. And I mean, some people find the niche market of completely no interaction pleasing. So
Yes,
that's another thing,
absolutely,
right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's why Uber and apps
Right.
are all important.
Exactly.
You get it delivered
Exactly.
to your door. And, yeah.
Absolutely. What are your opinions on the reason for gender parity in the hospitality industry? And what strategies would you use or recommend to increase the number of women in the industry?
So it's something that in hospitality and across other areas we refer to as a leaky pipeline. So what often happens is, because we're women,
Yes.
so we have the babies,
Right.
we have the children, and
Yeah.
what often happens is that women will then take a break in their career
Exactly.
and don't re-enter the market
Right.
again.
Right.
So that's a real challenge. So a way to get around that is about flexibility.
Of course.
It's about having flexible working hours
Right.
that would be important to encourage women back into the workforce, and all of the other reasons we spoke about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know, in terms of those long working hours
yeah.
where you've got family to bring
Yeah.
up. And sadly, we are still within globally where men are paid more money.
Right. Of course. Patriarchal society and everything.
So again, you've got that element of where policy
Yeah.
in terms of equal pay.
Yeah.
Now that's something that we have in Scotland, certainly in the United Kingdom. So
I've
there's that
read.
Equal Pay Act.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all of these things, but it has to an awful lot of the time be government driven
Uh-huh.
to make sure that that equality is there
Of course.
and it's written in legislation.
Yeah, I mean, something you hear commonly before women enter the industry is like family or society saying, "Oh, you don't get a family life out of hospitality." I mean,
Yes.
really brings you back, right?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Absolutely.
And ma'am, it's a question towards you. What are the common mistakes you've observed or studied that people make while developing a business?
Ooh. I was just going to say that it does go back to research, not doing your research.
Yeah, of course.
And we've done it. We've been there. So even within
Oh.
the college,
Oh.
when somebody has an idea for a programme,
Right.
like, great, you read it, you think this is great, we'll go with it. But we didn't do our research. We didn't look to see was it. We thought it looked good,
Yeah.
but we didn't ask the
Okay.
people that were going to purchase that product.
Right.
So
Right.
very much around research. And other common mistakes, I think it's about having the right people
Of course.
as well, and knowing the right people. Again,
Yeah.
your networks, but I think
Networks.
having the right team, and we're very lucky. We have a team of around how many now?
There's about
60.
60.
Yes,
Amazing.
we cover accommodation, all sorts. But even just in our closer team, we've got maybe around 20 to 30 staff.
Okay.
But they're a very good team, and getting those different skills.
Okay.
So
All
you need
right.
different skills,
Yes,
and
yes.
making sure that those personalities still fit.
Yes.
But everybody, and you have somebody to lead.
And I think that's a common error. It's about recognising that it's okay to ask for help.
Of course.
Because
Of course.
sometimes you think, and as Jacqui was just saying, they're in a team.
Mhm.
I don't know it all.
Yeah.
And Jacqui doesn't know it all, but we lean on each other in terms of
Right.
picking those strengths that we
Right.
each have, because it's a team effort that makes a
Yes,
success.
of course.
Never down
Having
to
a
one
reliable team. Yeah.
Very much.
And last question to you is, what has been your opinion about our college, the students, the faculty, infrastructure? Also, do you have any ideas on areas we may be lacking or we can improve upon?
Well, the latter part of your question there, probably no, not at the moment. But
Oh, okay.
Jacqui and I have been exceptionally impressed. Exceptionally impressed with every single student we
We're glad
have
to hear
met.
that.
You're in the hospitality trade and you're clearly excellent at it.
Thank you so
You know,
much.
so you will perform well, and I think you're a credit to St. Joseph's, to your family, and to your friends. It's been an excellent experience. It really has. So there is nothing that we would say that you need to improve on. One thing that's important for us
Yeah,
in our college in St. Joseph's is to work together.
of course, yeah.
Because bringing together will allow us to develop more in terms of excellence.
Yes, yeah.
So no, it's been outstanding from everything from the staff we've met to all of the students.
Thank you so much. Thank
And
you.
great facilities. And
Thank
I think similar facilities to us, so having the training restaurant.
Right, yes, I observed the bakery, the
You know, and
pedestrian
you've obviously
room.
got the
Yes.
hotel room,
Yes,
having
yes.
all of those things and actually having something where you can simulate.
Yes,
what
and
you're
I mean, something I found amazing in your college is the aircraft.
The aircraft.
Yes, it's wonderful.
You can come and visit
Wonderful.
that. Yeah.
It doesn't fly.
It doesn't fly, unfortunately.
Otherwise, it would have been great to get there.
We do have a ship. We do have a ship simulator,
Oh,
and that makes you feel seasick.
It's fabulous.
it's wonderful though, the infrastructure, amazing.
Yes, we're very lucky. We are very lucky. We know that.
Thank you so much.
Well, listen, thank
Thank
you.
you.
That was excellent questions. Excellent questions.
Excellent answers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.